It's time now for the most confusing segment in all of television, Must Win. Now, I know what you're thinking. Must win. It's week 1. What are you, foolish? None of these teams are going to be eliminated. I understand that. They don't have to win, okay? It's like you don't have to buy your wife flowers on Valentine's Day. You don't have to, but you have to. That's your own personal version of must win. Also, it will be scored, so you will be getting the best out of Brew, the best out of Coach, and you are always good.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you ever said.
You're just always at 100%, but these guys go to you're just like Patrick Mahomes and these guys in the Super Bowl, and these guys are like Jalen Hurts. Like, oh my God, I didn't know you could be that good.
Can I
Must win.
Explain it?
I just explained it.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm always scoring segments in my head. That's why. After each segment, I determine a winner.
You don't really change that much.
So for me, the stakes are the same.
Steelers at Jets, the QB swap. Only happened one other time, Coach. Josh went into the archives, went head-to-head right after switching teams with each other. Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields, and of course,
we should have remembered that
Stafford versus Goff. Of course, it's in the Super Bowl era. Yeah. We're going to look at it through Rodgers' lens. Rodgers back in New York. Brew, you are the defending must-win champion.
Thank you.
You want to go first?
Did you? Hold on.
This disputed.
I really did think it was Coach.
I seriously thought I
Coach
was.
has a nice little Coach was only there every other week. Coach certainly had the highest winning percentage.
Oh, I got a family. I can't move to New York. I don't want to win must win. Rudy, you want to go first or run the anchor leg?
I'll go first on this one. This is an absolute no-brainer must-win for Aaron Rodgers. It's not even a must-play well. He must win. Even if he doesn't play well, they must win, and here's why. Vibes in Pittsburgh are high. I've heard players coming out or commentators, former players watching practice saying, he's back. He looks like the old Aaron Rodgers. The players, I mean, they get it. He's 41, but he's a future Hall of Famer. He's one of the best to ever sling it. The players believe. They're like, finally, we have a quarterback. It reminds me of when the Jets were 2-1 last year. Remember, they lost the first game to San Francisco. You think, okay, the Niners are good. Then they beat Tennessee, somebody else. They're 2-0. They beat New England. And New England had beaten Cincinnati. So you're thinking, remember Rodgers came out with that snide remark. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, yeah.
Now we got to figure out how to handle success.
Yes, there it is. Vibes were high. They lost the next 5 games, and that was it. The season was over. Right now, vibes are high. You lose to the Jets. Like, this is week 1, but you lose to the freaking Jets and a team that all your teammates in Pittsburgh know you got to beat because that's where you were last year. That could ruin the whole season. So it's a must-win.
I love the way you pander to the judge right off the bat with the vibes are high. He's a vibes guy. We all know that. All right, to me, this is a must start the way he finished. And it's a little known fact you guys probably don't remember. His last game in MetLife, 23 of 36, 274 yards. How many touchdowns? 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, beat the Miami Dolphins to give them a losing record. You got Mike Tomlin, the longest tenured head coach in the NFL, against a rookie head coach. You've got familiarity. He's got more familiarity with MetLife than he does in Pittsburgh, and he knows the personnel. Add to the fact that the Jets are paying him more in dead money than the Steelers are. He's got to perform the way that he finished last season.
I
liked it, though. I liked it.
I mean, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception his last game. But the vibes.
You guys are all correct, but for the wrong reason. Brew's talking vibes. You're talking about last year's season against Brew. Who doesn't beat the Dolphins in cold weather in January? I mean, give me a break.
That's no brainer.
Of course.
4 touchdowns.
There are only a handful of games all year where Aaron will definitively be the better quarterback on the field. And this, generously, I will give him as one of those games. They have 7 games against Baltimore, Cincinnati, Detroit, Buffalo, and Green Bay. So those 7 are out. Then you have 4 more against the Chargers, the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Bears, where he might not be the best quarterback on the field.
That's fair.
Yeah, and so when you have only 6 games all year where you have an edge at the spot that was your big offseason addition, and you're a road favorite, one of the only times you're going to be all year except for your game at Cleveland, you must win. Forget Rodgers, for the team to have a chance to make the playoffs in the AFC North, it's a must-win.
1-0 coach. Next up, Trey Hendrickson's
made fun of
teammate,
Brew?
Well,
Joe Burrow.
Trey Hendrickson's
vibes
teammate
guy.
is how you called it.
It is. He is. Lots of praise for putting up huge numbers and missing the playoffs. He struggled against the Browns early, but better lately. Last year he was 2-0. Passing yards went down, but 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Passer rating now at 122 from 2020 to 2023 is at 86. Coach, you were up first. For Joe Burrow, is this a must-win game?
To me, this is a must change the narrative game for them. And all they've been talking about is how they're so sick, about how everybody talks about their slow starts. Well, here's their opportunity to start fast. Here's their opportunity to change the narrative against the Browns. So career against the Browns, he's 3-5. Here's his opportunity with all the money spent on the offense, all the weapons that he has, not just wide receivers, tight ends, backs, offensive line, to start his MVP run, which will happen.
Coach predicted. KW, I don't know that we should have necessarily included this game, because this is almost like having a playoff game in must-win, because this is a literal must-win for Joe Burrow for his head coach's sake. If they lose this week, the coach enters week 2 against, because people don't believe in the Jags the way I do, where people feel like, well, if we start 0-2 against Browns-Jags, with the next 4 being at Minnesota, at Denver, home for Detroit, at Green Bay, that is Zach Taylor, going to skyrocket up those first coach fired rankings. Again, he has not gotten as much scrutiny as you would think a coach would get for missing the playoffs in back-to-back years when they have Super Bowl expectations, because, unlike Coach Mangini, a lot of folks in the media are like, he's an offensive head coach, not his job to coach the whole team. Like, they don't put any of the blame of the defense on him. If they lose to the Browns, when no one has any expectations for the Browns, they face a very frisky Jags team in week 2 with all the pressure on them. They have to start 1-0.
Excellent.
Absolutely a must-win, because here's why. There's nothing worse than having an aha moment become, it really wasn't an aha moment. Right. And all off season, Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow, they met, and they both were like, aha! We got it. We know why we're 1-9 in weeks 1 and 2. What? We haven't been playing in the preseason. That was the aha moment. They played in the preseason this year, and if they go out there and lose the first game again, your aha moment was, what was that? We misread it. Not to mention it puts you in a bad spot for the playoffs. So yeah.
What? If you
Thank you. Thank you.
There wasn't a lot there, but he made it work.
The theatrics. It's the theatrics.
He made it work.
Whatever it takes, baby.
That wasn't, I don't know if you're
That was not
that
good.
there wasn't a lot there.
Terrible
It was like a pop song with like the
Dressed out.
lyrics are nothing, but like I like it. You know what I mean? It's like get up and move.
beat
Like,
was
dope.
No substance,
Slam
but a
the
good
beat.
beat.
It was just nothing.
All about aha.
Yeah, I was like, aha.
I know the judge.
You look
I
at the
know what he
lyrics like,
likes.
what? That's song of the year? It's got, I'm out here talking about my wife.
There's a lot of songs like that.
Okay.
A lot of pop songs.
Next up, you've got your chance. You're going first here.
right.
Vikings at Bears. Friend of the show when Danny Parkins is on, Ben Johnson, making his debut against the Vikings in J.J. McCarthy. Division foe that he handled with ease as the Lions OC. 5-0, 400 yards, and over 31 points. This guy's out here. Is this a must-win for Caleb?
All right. This is where I'm really going to test your integrity as a judge.
Sure.
If you're grading the point that's the best or the point that appeals to your priors.
It's a little bit of everything.
Okay. I hope that you actually appeal to your priors on this one. No, it's definitely not a must-win. And in fact, by Kevin Wilde's own metric, Caleb is allowed to turn the ball over a couple times, struggle really on offense, and then tell J.J. McCarthy what a sick scheme Brian Flores has. And if anyone criticizes him for it, they're a bad guy. Because Brian Flores, and I quote, does have a sick scheme, and you shouldn't have led with that point, Nick.
But Ben Johnson has figured it out. For 100 yards.
Right, but the great Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy couldn't.
I don't know.
The standard has been set by the judge here that any poor quarterback performance against the Vikings is totally acceptable and okay because Brian Flores' exotic blitz schemes. Listen, he's no Matt Patricia at Ohio State, but he's something. And so, no, it's not a must-win for Caleb Williams against the 14-win Minnesota Vikings.
Clever take.
No, this one is down to me and Coach Nick. Come on.
Wow.
Brock Purdy had been
Nailed
to the
it in.
Super Bowl. Brock Purdy had walked off the Super Bowl with a lead against the great Patrick Mahomes when he said, "Oh wow, they had a good scheme." So it's totally different. This is an absolute must-win. You're facing a second-year quarterback just like yourself, although that quarterback has never played. He's basically a rookie, J.J. McCarthy. So if you get beat by him and you've got the offensive coordinator that has solved Brian Flores' defense, and not to mention just about all the other quarterbacks in your class, for the time being, have passed you. We saw that scale, all the executives voted a couple of segments ago. Jaden Daniels got a lot of votes. He got more than Lamar. Bo Nix got a vote. Drake May got a vote. You know who didn't get a vote? Caleb. And then if J.J. McCarthy comes out there first game and outplays you and beats you, oh, no, there's no way that can happen. And it's in Chicago, too. It's at home. They're already thinking about badging.
No,
you think the noise is loud now about
It's not loud now, I don't think.
All right, it will be if they lose to freaking J.J. McCarthy.
Where's the noise about Tyson Bagent?
He loves this is his Cooper Rush thing.
Oh, yeah.
He heard it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Bagent got a nice contract.
He did get a nice contract. He did.
Not to be a starting.
I mean, for a backup, he got a nice
For a backup.
Keep on talking about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys played on this question, but it's an absolute must-win. And we talked about Ben Johnson and the way he's figured out this defense. That's great. But now add to the fact how he played the last time he played Minnesota in Chicago. It was one of his best games of the season. He had 340 yards passing. He was 32 for 47, had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, over 100 quarterback rating. He figured out Minnesota's defense last year in Chicago. Now you add Ben Johnson. Now you add the rookie quarterback on the other side of it. This is absolutely a must-win for him.
Dusty, do you say we have one more, or is this the final one?
The bonus.
This is the last one, the score. Coach, you did an excellent job saying it was a must-win. No one brought that up. Obviously,
I said it was a must-win.
No, we all said must-win. There was only one person brave enough to say out of all of these that it wasn't a must-win, and it was the Moneyball. The surprise victor of
It is a
episode
must-win.
1 of Must Win is Nick Wright.
Wow!
Congratulations.
Starting the
2 to
year
1 to
off with
1.
a bang.
Coming up.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.